You have a lava lamp and it's not working the way that you want to. Chances are you probably need to replace the stuff inside of it. Today I'm going to show you from start to finish how to take your lava lamp apart, how to get the fluid out from inside, what materials you need to replace everything inside of your lava lamp, and how to fix it once you have everything cleaned out. With that said, today's video is sponsored by Lava Lab Creations. Lava Lab Creations is a company that I have used all of the supplies from to replace all the internals on the lamps that I've done in my short form content. They not only free things like waxes and surfactants for the inside of your lamp, but a bunch of other supplies like springs, dimmers, and so much more for other parts on your lava lamp if you need them. We'll be using their chemicals and instruction for this demonstration today, and hopefully if you bought their supplies, this video can be a helpful resource for you too. Kicking things off, if your lava lamp is currently plugged in and running, you're going to want to unplug it and wait until your lamp is fully cooled down before you start the removal process. From there, take the lava lamp off the base, and once you remove the cap, you should see a second cap on the inside. The most common cap that I see inside the lava lamp is a traditional bottle cap, but you may also see something that's more similar to a cork or a metal cap that you have to screw off. Once you remove it, if it's still in good shape, then set it to the side and you can use it again to recap your lava lamp at the end. However, if it's damaged, you can use another bottle cap, or if you don't have any on hand, they also have them at Lava Lab Creations. From here, you can dump out the liquid inside of your lamp and dispose of it. Or if you're an avid lava lamp collector like me, maybe you set it aside and save it for future projects. And just to reiterate that we're on the same page, the wax at the bottom of the lamp should still be solid and should not pour out with the liquid. This brings us to our next step, which is melting the wax down. I have a dedicated crafting pot that I use for this, but you can really use any pot, and you're going to fill it up shallowly with water. Place the lava lamp inside and bring it to a gentle simmer. Before you do, this is a quick safety check. Be 1000% certain that you have removed the cap from the lava lamp at this point. The reason being, if the cap is still on the lava lamp, the pressure will build up inside and it will literally explode into a million pieces. This obviously harms the lamp, but can also result in bodily harm or death if you are standing nearby. So again, be 1000% sure that you have removed that cap. But back to rainbow, sunshine, and lava lamps. It usually takes about 10 minutes for the wax to fully melt inside of the lamp while it's sitting on this boiler. And this will really be a theme throughout this entire process, that there is a lot of hurry up and wait with fixing these lava lamps. But just be patient and wait until it is fully melted. Once the wax is ready to be poured out, you're going to get a separate dedicated container to pour it into. What you do not want to do is pour this down your drain unless you love supporting your local plumber. Because this is wax, once it cools back down, it is going to re-solidify, and although I am no expert, I think this will probably cause a problem. Now, keep in mind, because we have boiled this lava lamp alive, it is going to be very hot. So use some kind of protection when you go to pick it up. Unfortunately, I just had oven mitts on hand. But best case scenario, if you have those thermal gloves with the little grippers on it, that is the best thing you can use. Again, because I do so many experiments with my lava lamps, I like to save my waxes for future projects. But if you're just disposing of it, you can put it in something less permanent than one of these deli containers. In this case, I did have a tiny chunk of wax that was still sitting at the bottom of my lamp that didn't melt. So in this case, just throw it right back on the boiler, let it melt down, and then you can pour the rest out. Once the majority of the wax is out of the lamp, this is when we're going to remove the spring down at the bottom. You can tilt the lamp upside down and pull it out with some kind of stick or fork, or if you have a set of long forceps, you can grab it out with those as well. In the off chance that your lava lamp did not have a coil down at the bottom already, they also have those for sale at Lava Lab Creations in various different sizes. Either way, give your coil a quick scrub-a-dub-dub and then set it to the side for later. From here, we're going to do the final clean out of the globe of our lava lamp. Pour hot water inside of the globe, and this will help pull out any of those remaining little bits of wax inside. I just reuse the boiling water from my pot. And at this point, depending on how many wax remnants are left down at the bottom, you could just dump it. However, what I like to do is take a paper towel, roll it up, stick it into the lamp like some sort of Molotov cocktail. From there, all those little wax bits will stick onto the paper towel, and you can just pull it out and dump out the water from there. Once all the big particles are gone, chances are your globe is still going to be a little bit dirty. This is especially true if you have a really old lava lamp, or if you were running your lava lamp super frequently and maybe some of the wax burnt onto the side. I'll be using the globe cleaner from Lava Lab Creations, but if you didn't get the kit that includes it, you can also use Dawn dish soap, and then scrub it out with a bottle cleaning brush. Over the years of doing these replacements, some of my 420 friendly followers have also given me other advice that they use to clean their glass pieces, like shaking up water and rock salt inside of the bottles. If you do opt to do this method, just make sure that you rinse it out really, really well so that there's no salt remaining in the bottle. With that said, whatever method you choose, just repeat it a few times until you're finally satisfied with the result. Real quick, before we get into melting down the wax, a buyer's guide on what you're going to want to look for when you're on the Lava Lab Creations website. Other than looking at just the individual wax or the full-on kits, there's going to be different types of wax, and it's really important to make sure that you're buying the right one for the lamp that you're trying to restore specifically. Most common wax used for most traditional lamps is going to be the wax for 20 to 52 ounce lamps. But you'll also see options for grande lamps, which are the really, really big ones, as well as options for tower lamps, which are the really tall and thin ones. Because wax inside lamps flows due to the density changes at the top and the bottom temperature of the water, if you don't buy the right wax, it's not going to flow properly. So just make sure that you're paying extra close attention for this step. Now, of course, when the wax comes, it's going to arrive solid, so we have to melt it down to get it inside of our lamp. Although I know it is tempting, do not put this bottle of wax inside the microwave. It will not heat properly, and it is potentially going to separate the ingredients into parts that it shouldn't. Instead, you're going to get that handy dandy crafting pot back out, and just like before, you're going to fill it up with a little water and then place the container of wax inside, again, with the cap off. Now, the first time I did this, it felt really counterintuitive that I was going to place a plastic bottle inside of a pot of boiling water, but this bottle is meant to withstand these temperatures and it is not going to melt on you, just the wax inside. Again, this step is very much hurry up and wait. It's going to take quite some time to fully melt down, especially if this is a fully new bottle of wax. Just be patient and wait until it is fully melted so that everything is blended properly. Once your wax is fully melted, these next few steps are all going to happen very quickly at once. First, you're going to coat the inside of your globe with surfactant. Now, if you bought one of the pre-assembled kits, what you're going to want to be careful of is make sure that you are grabbing the surfactant specifically and not the magic surf. From here, I put 1 milliliter of surf and 1 milliliter of distilled water inside the globe. Now, this is not a martini, so swirl, do not shake the globe, and coat the entire inside of the globe with this mixture. Dump out any extra and then set the globe to the side. On the instructions included, there will be a sizing guide for how much wax you're going to allocate for each different size of lava lamp that you're filling. In this case, I'm doing a 20 ounce, 14.5 inch lamp, so we're going to allocate about 150 milliliters of wax. Personally, I like to pour just over the 150 milliliter line in this case because I know I'm going to lose a little bit of wax pouring between the two apparatuses, and I just like the look of a little bit fuller lamp. Once your wax is measured out into a heat-safe measuring cup, this is when you're going to dye the wax. In this case, I opted to use the teal dye, and I find that these wax dyes go a long way. So start with a little bit to start, and then you can always add more if you need it. Once you think that you're at the desired color, hold your wax up to the sunlight, and if it looks right when you're holding it up to the light, that will be the right color inside the lamp. Also, if you're having any issues with getting the wax dye to melt fully into the wax, you can always put it back on the stove. From here, you're going to put the funnel inside of your lava lamp, and then you're going to pour the wax into the lamp with dedication. Basically, just pour it in deliberately, carefully, but quickly. The wax can smell your fear if you're moving too slow, and it will drip down the side and cause a mess. In my excitement of making this video, I almost forgot this part, but while your wax is freshly put into the lamp, this is when you're going to pop the coil back inside. Finally, you'll put your lava lamp with the wax inside back into your boiling pot one last time to help boil out any of the air bubbles that got introduced during the pouring process. From here, we will once again be waiting on our lamp until the wax is fully solidified in the bottom. Although we're getting close and it is so tempting to pour the liquid inside at this point, if you do, it's going to mix with the wax and then you're going to have to start this whole process over. Also, again, while it may be tempting, don't do something crazy like put the wax in the refrigerator or the freezer. The quick temperature change could cause the glass to shatter. In my experience, this takes anywhere from 1 to 3-ish hours, just depending on how cold your house is and how big the lamp is. Finally, once the wax is fully cooled down inside the lamp to the point where you can turn it upside down and it does not fall out, this is when we are going to pour in our distilled water. Again, this wax is specifically formulated to work with distilled water, so it's important that you use that specifically and not just tap water. I pick up these gallons of it from my grocery store and they're literally $1. I use my same funnel to fill up the globe, and you're going to want to make sure that you're leaving about 2 inches of space at the top of the lamp for thermal expansion. Finally, my absolute favorite part of this process, adding the water dye. Just like everything else, I got these dyes specifically at Lava Lab Creations. They are incredibly pigmented and they will not mix in with your wax. And I just add it drop by drop until I finally get the desired color. From here, all that is left to do is reseal the bottle cap on the top of the lamp. They do sell some dedicated cappers, but my most recent method that I've been using is using these hose clamps to tighten down the cap on top of the lava lamp. However, if you don't have any of those laying around either, you can also just use the bottle cap to crimp the cap back on into place. Do note that this probably will not create a watertight seal, but it will be on there strong enough if you're just running your lava lamp. From there, all that's left to do is plug in your lava lamp and let it run. I'm usually pretty happy with how the lamp flows at this point, but if you wanted to have more flow to it, this is when you can start adding your magic surf in small increments. Again, big shout out to Lava Lamp Creations for providing all the supplies in this video. Go check out their website for all things lava lamp, and let me know what other lava lamp related videos you'd like to see us do next.